guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we thought we'd do a really simple video on how to tell someone you have a mental illness.
So,
boom. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think even though everyone's, oh, that's a weird noise in my throat, everyone's much more open about talking about mental health and how they feel and things like that, I think it's still really hard if you're really suffering from a mental illness to actually openly admit it to the people around you. I think even though, you know, people do talk about their feelings a lot more, and I think they talk about their past experiences a lot as well, but actually when you're currently suffering, it's still really hard.
Yeah, and I think with the stigma, we've moved so forward with it. I'm leaning over there.
This way.
We're going so forward with it, but there still is a stigma, and I do think it's hard to say, but I do think people do still play on it and post about it all the time, and use it as their identity and their. Sorry, mate. I've lost my words now.
I was going to say. No, I was going to say. I think people are still very. What's the word when people don't have the time for it? Intolerant of it.
And I can totally get how you can be a bit intolerant of it. Like, if you haven't suffered from it and you don't...
Or been around someone who previously has done and you've had to deal with it in ways...
Like, you probably got intolerant with me.
Yeah, from frustration. I think it's different when it's intolerant from frustration of day in, day out.
Yeah.
But when people are intolerant of... Like, I think a lot of people still... are like, okay, that person is suffering a bit, like, you know, you could be a little bit empathetic, but then also there's a lot more that goes with mental illness.
True.
So if someone says to you, from a carer point of view or friend or something, if you're aware someone has mental illness, or they say to you, look, you know, I do struggle with this or that, I think there's so many other things that come with it that you have to also be open to that. I think people are open to talking about it, but you also have to make allowances for what they can handle and stuff like that. I don't know, does that make sense?
Yeah, so for example, Piers Morgan, I think he said something, and it was like, people with mental illness just need to man up. And to be honest, I do quite agree with some of the stuff Piers Morgan says. He's very straight to the line. Straight to the point. And I do think, you know, but when he said that, I was a bit like, nah, mate. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I haven't met him, but
should we give tips on how to tell someone that you're suffering from a mental illness, or when is the right time?
Yeah.
Do it from your point of view, because obviously...
Do you know what? It's really hard, because when I told Jay, my boyfriend, he knew my story before we'd met, so it was very easy to talk about it. We just spoke about it, you know, like here and there, and then we started a relationship, and it was very organic, and it wasn't like he knew what he was getting into. Whereas if I met someone kind of cold
off the street. Oh no, you're not meeting people off the street. Like brand new who didn't know. Yeah,
say I'd met them brand new off a dating app or something. How do you tell them? Like, I wouldn't have it in my bio. So a couple of times I've seen guys and I've just had, you know, can I talk to you about something? And most of the time they've been brilliant. It's sort of a couple of dates in.
Yeah, but how would you tell them? So I'm him.
Hi,
Sam.
So I just go, do you mind if I talk to you about something?
Or not sure. Okay.
That's a bit weird.
Sorry, I'm just being him.
Okay.
You might say that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hi, oh, sorry, do you mind if I talk to you about something?
Okay.
So as
and it's something. Just on grammar.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I'd leave him. I feel like jog on. So I have something that I need to tell you, and I know we've been seeing each other for a while. Well, we've been on a couple of dates, but this is something that kind of affects me personally, and I just wanted you to know before we go further that I suffer from OCD a bit, and it's to do with like a lot around food and colours and matching and things like that. I know it all sounds a bit out there, but I just wanted you to know that sometimes I find things difficult, and sometimes I might need,
Bit of space.
bit of space, or just a bit of support. Nothing. And then I say, I'm so easygoing in all the other ways. Because I've got this, I'm so easygoing in all the other ways. So I'm going off on a tangent.
Okay, darling. That's okay. I understand. So if you just let me know when you find things difficult.
Yeah. So if I could let you know, like I won't go into the backstory of how it happened. If you want to know, then I can tell you. But it just is what it is.
So
That's how I would get round it. But I always think, because I have OCD, I'm good. I know I'm a good girlfriend in the other aspects. So they do what they want. They see who they want. I don't put any pressure on, because I know I have that.
Yeah.
I don't, like, if you're just a psycho, I think you've got to look at yourself, and if you're just a psycho and you've got that, it's just mental. But yeah. Should we do a role play of how maybe to tell a person, or
like a sibling,
your work,
or family member? I think family member.
Go on, you do it.
Am I you?
Yeah, you do what you think.
Oh, well, no, I don't know.
Just quickly, with what I said, I used to go into detail of like, this happened, and that happened, and I think that's why I got this and that and that. Just keep it short and sweet, and if they want to know more, then tell them more. But most of the time, it's as confusing as it is when you just tell them what kind of things you find hard and easy.
And I think it's quite nice if the person asks questions as well, because then they're genuinely interested, and if you're happy talking about it, then you can say that to them, or you can, if also you find it awkward, you could just say, do you know, actually that's enough for me today. Let's continue this conversation another day, and I'll go in a little bit more detail.
And give them the option, if it's too much, that's totally fine. Give them the option, like they've got to love you for who you are, with all your baggage and not baggage.
But also, as family members, I think it's super important to ask questions, because then I think it shows that you're not being judgmental, and you're actually interested into why they're feeling the way they are. And just say to them, look, if you want to talk about it in more detail, I really want to help you, and I really want to support you, and you can come and talk to me.
And also let them know that you want to recover, that you want to move forward. So with my boyfriend at the moment, we do challenges. Like, I'm like, I fancy challenging this tonight. Do you want to do it with me? Or I thought it would be not fun, but I thought it'd be good if we did it together. So they can see you're not happy with it. You wanna recover, and hopefully they can be a part of that, however big or small it is. And it's great. Like he'll congratulate me on the most easiest things that he can do. He'll be like, wow, that's amazing. And I think, he could do that in a minute. And then I do it, and it's so nice because we talk about it together, and we work forward together, and he knows that there's a way out.
I think that's important, because I remember, like, even with my other half, when Sam's, like, years ago, when he used to be around you, you guys never really used to talk much or anything, did you? Because he used to be worried that he was going to say the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to be worried, like, oh, but can I say that, or can I do that? Will it upset Sam? And I used to be like to him, just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And if it does upset Sam or something, either she'll tell me, or she'll just get on with it.
Yeah.
Or she'll say, like, and I think you've got a much better relationship now since, like, him. I think sometimes, without meaning to, carers can create, or the people around can create the barrier just as much as the person suffering can. Like, you both have to be just as open. Like, and now Callum's much better, isn't he?
Oh yeah, like, I hate people treading on eggshells. I always say it's my problem, it's my thing I need to deal with. You guys are just living a normal life, being who you want to be. And if anyone does anything, it's not their fault.
And generally we can tell if Sam feels uncomfortable, so we'll say, oh, is that not good? Is that not
But
right?
we can like joke about it now and stuff. It's fine.
But going back to like,
Yeah.
I think it's just important for carers and the people around to be just as open though.
True.
Like, I don't think you should just sit and wait for the sufferer to say something.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to approach them and say, look, like, you look like you're a bit troubled or a bit anxious about something. You know, like, you can talk to me, or ask them, oh, you look like you struggled today. Like, are you okay? Like, just saying little things like that, I think, is important. And then that encourages the person who's suffering to open up.
Yeah, like you said, like for example, my mum, bless her, I'll be in the kitchen doing something, she'll be like lingering, like making sure I'm okay, and sometimes I'm like, honestly mum, I'm fine, just leave me to do it, do whatever you need to do,
But you told mum, so how did you tell mum you had OCD then?
Oh mate, I was
We
pushed
were
to the
like to
edge.
see Charlie in the Chocolate Factory at the theatre.
What?
Do you not remember?
Yeah.
Sam had a thing about chocolate, and we'd booked to see Charlie in the Chocolate Factory at theatre, and she couldn't go, and I was like, why can't you go?
Okay, so through chocolate out to the audience.
Was it really?
I don't know, but I did think of that.
I was like,
anyway.
I don't think they do that.
I think I said to mum knew something was wrong with me. I tried to hide it for so long.
Yeah.
And she thought it was so many different things. She was like, are you depressed? Like, why are you like this? And in the end, I just told her, and we just worked with it. And I think it's the same with work. If you've got work, I never told work, I think I said this in a previous video, I never told my work that I was ill, and I made so many mistakes. I wasn't there in the head when I was at work, I wasn't there mentally, and I wish I'd just told them. But I didn't. I was ashamed of it, and I didn't want it to be a big deal, and I think they knew something was up because I was just being a bit weird. Not weird, but I was
all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. I think to some extent they thought that was just my personality because I'm a bit ditzy. But I think you just got to be honest. Like, you on that Facebook page, do you remember when that woman posted about suicide? She feels suicidal on your Molesey page.
Yes.
So they have a page
I remember that.
for their like area, and everyone writes stuff in. And a woman wrote, "Oh, I feel quite suicidal."
Yeah, I think it was that. She obviously was really, really struggling.
Yeah.
And there was obviously, she didn't feel comfortable. Either she didn't have people around her, or she literally didn't know where to go or who to tell. So she put it up on a local group, and so many people went in to support her.
I looked at it too. I'm part of the group. I don't even live there. I just joined it for the bands.
You're still in the group?
Yeah. And I would never write that, even if I felt suicidal. I would not have the guts to write that. And I thought, you know, good for her. Like, if only, you know, if she might have taken her life that night. You don't know. And if you just reach out, it's all that can totally flip the situation. And you know, she probably felt, you know, quite overwhelmed and was like, okay, people actually do care.
Yeah.
It's just been open, and it's just been upfront. My dad was in the gym the other day, and he said that he was talking about mental illness or something, and apparently a big, like, we're getting lower and lower. Apparently a big, muscly guy walked in and was like, yeah, I had depression, blah, 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 it's horrible, it takes it out of you. And
but that's what I mean, a lot of people like are really happy to talk about their past with mental illness. So like, if you're currently going through it, I think it's really important for carers, if there's any carers and stuff looking at this, for you to approach the subject as well, because for the sufferer it's going to be, I think, 20 times harder for them to approach it than it is for the carer too. And not to make it like a small deal for a carer to approach it, but at least your head's a lot clearer. And
but I would, if you were ever struggling with anything, or anyone else was struggling, I would want them to just tell me.
Yeah.
And then I would just know. But that's just us. I know some people aren't as open-minded about it, are they? But all you can do is tell them, and then it's up to them how they react and how they take it. But yeah, keep it as simple as you can, so they can process it, and then maybe they can ask a bit more.
Yeah. If you have any questions, let us know.
Yeah. We'll
All
see
right,
you
guys.
in the next video.
Bye.